Okay, Zoom, just to confirm one last time, you can hear me. Can you type in the Zoom chat if you can still hear me? Yeah, it's the whole screen. Yeah, yeah, no. It's pretty much the whole screen. It's okay. Let me reshare. Actually, let me reshare. Thank you, Tina. Hmm?
Can we hear them?
Can someone online try unmuting their mic so we can test if we can hear you? Can anyone do it?
Yes.
I think so too, Neri. I think so too. Okay, we can start.
Let's start now.
Okay, guys, attendance has already been taken. If you're someone whose attendance hasn't been taken, you can just let me know. You can DM me on Zoom, but you should be able to see the report. So, okay, guys, in the auditorium, we're going to start now with MSc number 8. Thank you for your patience. I know we started late, but for our first time actually doing a physical MSc this year. And it's been our first physical MSc since Musa's first physical MSc since 2020. Yeah.
2020 is January pre-MSc.
Okay, that's a lot of words I want to say. Okay, just kidding. Okay, but welcome to everyone, Musa 2022, subcommittees, and especially Musa 2023 or any other students. For Musa 2023, congratulations again on getting elected. We hope that you'll have a great time in Musa. That was not sarcastic. And yeah, hopefully today will be a little insight into how MSc works. You guys, according to Constitution, will need to have 10 MSCs in your term as well. So Baruch will be in charge of handling that, so don't worry, you're a Gen Sec. So be nice to her. Okay, so we're gonna start off. So as you, maybe for everyone, usually MSc starts off with attendance, right? And usually there's a table of contents, but we're gonna jump straight to motions today. So for those of you for Musa 2023 who don't know how motions work, so usually, for example, I will say out a motion, maybe acceptance of apology letters and proxy letters. Then we just need someone to accept. Some motions only need one acceptance, and some motions will need to go through a full vote, like you'll see in a bit, because today we will have 2 motions to appoint interim MUIS CRO and MUIS Media. Rashma, you can correct me. Oh, the MUIS people are correcting me, thank you. Okay, so I think we can start off today. Musa 2023, you don't get to vote today, I'm so sorry. Unless you are a rerunning office bearer, like Ina and Jasper, then you can vote. Yes, congratulations. Okay, so we'll start. So for today, the below office bearers submitted their apology letters and appointed proxies in their absence. For the proxy today, SAS has appointed Bing Hui, which is 2023's representative, as their proxy today. Bing Hui, are you here? Can you just give me a sign?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Okay, great, thank you. It also means our speakers are working. Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, so James, Naim, okay, so how does, if you guys don't want to come up and say accepted by, you can just yell it. Okay, okay, can I get someone to just actually do a sample for me? What? Do an accepted by. Jasper. Okay, yes, like that, perfect, thank you, Jasper. You had one job. Okay, so yeah, so James, Naim, Amina, Kayla, and Hamad have submitted their apology letters to me. So motion 1 accepted by. Rashwan. Thank you, Rashwan. How do I type? Okay. Okay. Hey, quiet. Everyone quiet. The teacher's getting mad. Okay, so the second motion we have today, how this will work is that we will go through an individual vote for each department as usual. Musa 2022, you know how this works. Rashwan, you will not get, Muis will not get to vote today because you are the proposer for the appointments, and I'm the seconder, but everyone else as usual. So first one, how this will work, I think, are they here physically? Your CROs and me, who are the CRO? The candidates for interim CRO. Okay. Okay, and the media? Media, are they here as well? Okay. Let me just. Okay, so how this will work is that we will go through each motion one by one, and each person, since they have well, you guys can present together if you choose, but I know you guys created individual presentations, so that's fine. So I think the first one. The stresses. Okay. The first one will be Sudipta. You want to come down here and present? I will have your slides open on here. Round of applause for Sudipta. Pass your host. Okay.
It's
Yes.
Sandor, not Sandra.
Sorry.
For the media, it's
Yeah.
not Sandra, it's Sandor.
Okay, sorry.
Do you have my slides already?
Yes, I do. Sorry, let me just create something. You went from Monash before, right? Your name's familiar. Okay, so it's already sharing. This is yours, right? Okay, guys. So I'll pass the floor to Sudipta. So afterwards, we'll have a short Q&A session for anyone who has a question. And yeah, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first physical MSc meeting. I'm so excited to be here today. So, a brief introduction about myself. I'm Shudipta Devi. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm in my year 2, SEM 1 right now. I'm from School of Business and I'm majoring in Finance and International Business. So, moving on, I'm the interim for the current CRO, MOES 2023, and what makes me interested in this position. So to talk about that, so CRO is basically all about taking initiatives to make international students feel at home in Monash. And that is something that I'm really interested in to work for the purpose of students. And also the other purpose of CR department is to work for the representation of every nationality and their cultures. And the other thing is through this, I want to create unity through in diversity. So as we all know, there's so many nationalities in Monash, and my only objective towards working through the CR department is to create unity among all the students and introduce all the students to the different cultures that we have at Monash. So moving on to why am I the perfect fit for this role? So as some of you might know me from the MOES 2022 team, I was the subcom for the activities department, and the activities department was, to say, it was very event focused. So I have the experience of working firsthand with vendors, and I have the firsthand experience of dealing with online and offline events. So that will give me the upper hand to work as the current as CRO for 2023 as well, as we have to organize the 2 flagship events at MOES, which is the One World and MCN. And moving forward, since this is a very people-centric department, and we will have like country reps from different countries, I think my communication and leadership skills will help me to create an efficient, productive, and motivated team for MOES 2023. And lastly, I do not shy away from challenges, and I always try to push myself to the best of my abilities to give my best. And yeah, that's all about it. I'm open to questions.
So we're gonna open the floor to Q&A. Test. We're gonna open the floor to Q&A. So anyone have any questions for Sudipta before we head to voting? Mark?
Are you gonna make MCN semester 1 next year?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
She asked the question again, sir.
Are you going
Are you going to make MCN in semester 1 next year?
In my opinion, I preferably will not. I will try to give it in semester 2 as well, because otherwise people from the July intake will miss out on our biggest flagship event, right? So I think preferably semester two would be better.
Let's start graduating before that. That's why you can reject her already.
Wait, but you already had your MCN once,
No, I
so
need another one before I graduate.
it's okay. You can come as an alumni.
Anyone else have any more questions for Sultan?
So,
Okay. So how we're gonna do it actually is because CRO is a shared position. We're going to get this mic is horrible. We're gonna get I believe Dominic, Gerald. Sorry, not Lee. I know that's been a confusion in the past, guys. Unless. So I think Dominic, are you here? You can come down and present now because it's a shared position, so it's going to be voted together. Oh, you can stand here, yeah, because you guys are partners. So maybe just a heads up for Rouge as well is that for shared positions like CRO, their voting has to be done together, not separately, right? Yeah. Zoom in. I think someone said there was a bit of trouble seeing it from the front, like seeing the thing in the front. Is it slightly more visible now? Is that okay? That's very zoomed in. Okay, I think that's perfect. You know, we'll keep with that. Okay. All right, Dominic, the floor is Dominic Gerald. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So to introduce myself again, my name is Dominic Gerald. I am in Year 2 Sem 1, School of Business, majoring in Strategic Marketing, and for CRO position, I'm from Indonesia. So the question is, why me? I believe in serving the student for the whole Monash University, not only the local people, but also the international part of MUSA. I feel it's very uh, important. And also, everyone should feel at home in Monash, no matter where they are from. I feel being a CRO would put me in a position where making people feel that whenever they're far away from home, Monash would still provide for them. And also, I am skilled and love connecting with people. So I put a few of my past experience that would help me contribute to the MUS CRO interim role, which is an operations MUSA of Faculty of Business. Before I've managed one event and other few events in the planning process. And also I have experience in organizations and event planning at becomware.id, which is a nonprofit officially recognized. I've planned and executed large-scale events of a yearly conference with 1,000 plus online attendance and 400 offline attendance, leading a team to 5 to 20 people throughout the year planning the event. I've also managed day-to-day operations as a team leader, advisor, and also as a liaison officer. And also I've experience in partnership and especially sponsorship, which I believe is important for the CRO role as we are making big events. I've gathered 8 sponsors throughout 2 years with the valuation of 18,000 ringgit and more. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, does anyone have any? Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Dominic Gerald? Online as well. Does anyone have any questions? I will check. No questions. We'll give it another minute. So I hope everyone's here to vote. Is anyone here close? Is Janice here? Oh, you're there, Janice. Oh, luckily I was gonna ask you to. Okay. I didn't see you, sorry. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, if there's no questions, then I think we can get to voting. So as I explained before, because it's a shared position, we will vote for both of them together, just like also Moose Media. So I believe we can, maybe I'll give everyone a minute to discuss with your partner if your partner is here or online. So yeah, I will start voting in a minute. Yeah, yes, Ajib. No. Um, no, Moose always don't get to vote because it's in an interim appointment into Musa 2023. And for Musa 2023 vote, only Moose heads have to have to vote. I believe, yeah. Okay. Okay, I think we can start in a few seconds. Okay. We're gonna start with vice presidents. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, I think that's a good point, Jasper. Thank you for reminding me. Actually, that's a good point. Sorry. Okay, so that's a good. Thank you. Actually, that's a good point, Jasper. Thank you for reminding me because it's a physical setting that I wasn't used to it. So actually, during a normal voting session, you guys will have to leave the auditorium. You guys need to stand outside.
Okay.
You know how like when your teacher punishes you to stand outside the classroom? Behind? Like behind here? Well, what's behind? Wait, you know what the back looks like? You know when you come out of the cinema? Yeah, thank you. Okay, sorry. Let's be professional, guys. Where's Imam? Oh.
If he's not there.
Yes, okay, we can start with VP's last rest. Esther, can you tell me who starts next? Treasurers, right? I believe. No, after VP. Treasurers? Okay. Who just walked into the room? Oh, okay, hi, Ryan. Okay, perfect. Okay, then we can start. We'll start with treasurers. You can either vote for or abstain from the vote, or against. For. Then I think next, CNS. For. Activities. Abstain. Publicity. For. Wow, welfare officers. For as well. Women's officers. For. I have to find you guys every time. And then next we have the schools, right? Yes, sir. Thank you. SAS. So, Binghui, you have the voting right for. You can just open your mic to say for, abstain, or against.
Hi, a 4.
4. Okay. School of Business. School of Business, are you here? Sean, Natalia. Oh, is Natalia here? Oh, that's you. Thank you. Yeah. But school, Sean as well needs to vote.
4.
Okay, thank you, Sean. Please. Someone's not paying attention to MSc. Well, next we can go to School of Engineering. Okay, thank you. School of IT. Okay. School of Pharmacy. 4. Okay, James not here. Okay. School of Medicine and Health Sciences. Vaish and Maria. I think Vaish, you have the voting right for both people today, right? Is there any other schools I missed up? Sorry, I missed out SOS. I'm so sorry, Megan and Adrian. School of Science? 4. Okay. Where is Medicine and Health Sciences? Sorry, guys, we'll have to wait. Can someone text Vaish in the... Okay, 4. Thank you. All right, 4. Thank you. Okay. And VP? 4 as well. Okay, so Q tablet. So obviously with the majority of a 4 vote, so just to confirm, Sidipta and Dominic, Gerald. Can you come back in? You asked him to come back in from the cinema room. Oh my gosh, it's like the American Idol. So the council has voted. Esther, can you calculate the total amount of 4? Sorry, 1 second, guys. How's the back? Is it suspicious?
Very spacious.
It's very spacious.
Very windy.
Oh, okay. Huh? 12-4, 1 abstain, right? So with a total of 12-4 and 1 abstain, congratulations to Sudipta and Dominic. You guys are the new interim country representative officers from MUIS. So I think just to also let you guys know, your position will last until by-elections, which will then you guys will either have to rerun or someone else can rerun against you. That will be organized maybe sometime depending on your general secretary, right, when the by-election is. But usually around March. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you guys. So you guys can go back to your seats.
you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, next, we'll move on to media, the interim with media. So, as usual, although they're separate presentations, they will be in a shared position. So, first one we will have Iwin. Is it Iwin? Iwin? Iwin. Oh. Cool. You win. Who said that? I just heard someone in the audience say it. who just said that? You want to come down here and tell a joke? Okay. Let me open yours. Okay, I win. The floor is yours.
Okay. Okay. Hi guys, my name is Ivan. I am running for the interim position for media, Monash Media. Something about me. I am studying computer science, a master in computer science, specializing in data science, year to Sem 1. I am from India, born and raised in UAE. I'm currently a media subcom. What I do basically is photography, videography, and everything that comes with it. Uh, and moving forward, my experience prior to Monash, I was chief coordinator for my photography club in my high school. I have worked with a company named as Last Minute Productions. I have worked as a media assistant for Dubai Design District, and I do freelance photography as well. Okay. Yeah, talking about Moist Media, as a media subcom, I was able to learn a lot. I was able to cover so many events, and we were able to make recap videos and posters. Same improvements that I would like to bring into Moist Media. We already have a fantastic platform for Moist. Um, Something that would come up is the Moist website. We'll be we'll be processing the website, and hopefully by April we'll be getting it started running, and making student life easy, making people feel at home, making international students feel at home will be another priority. And we would do this through our website, uh, make our website and our pages more interactive with the international students. That's all from my part. Any questions? Any questions?
Hello. Anyone have any questions for Ivan?
Can I ask why no questions? Not especially for the linguistic.
Omar?
This thing is pissing me off again. Ask again.
Ivan, what are the improvements you think could be brought to the Moist website, and how do you think that will benefit the international students community?
I believe that most website will be easier to access. The new students coming in, they have less knowledge on how the visa stuff works or what the events are going to be. So everything, all these kind of stuff can be explained in the website in more detail, which we cannot do much in Instagram or any other pages we have. So we can do in more detail in our website. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So what new initiatives do you plan on having next year, and what initiatives from this year do you plan on carrying?
All the initiatives from this year will be carried on forward because we were able to do a great job in the page, and new initiatives will be including the international students more to our Instagram page by making more competitions or whatever with collaborations with other departments as well. Yeah.
Another question, will you be able to handle the dozens of DMs and questions that we get almost every day?
Yeah, that's basically comes with
Where are you gonna get the info?
we're gonna study under you. We're gonna study under you, get all the knowledge. Obviously, we do have some knowledge. If not, we have our heads. We can refer them, and they can help out as well. Yeah.
Any more questions? Anything? No questions, we can proceed now, Brandon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Iwan. You know, Iwan, you can just go to the back straight away. Hopefully, it doesn't get a bit lonely back there. I think next then we have Sandor. Was it Sandor? Sandor. Okay. Okay, Sandra, the floor is yours. Pretty presentation, colorful.
Hi everyone, I'm Sandar. And oh wait, sorry. So I'm studying Bachelor of Science, majoring in tropical environmental biology. I'm in year 2, Sem 2, and I'm from Myanmar. And before applying for like running for this interim, I was a vice publicity in Monash Malaysia Photography Society for both Sem 1 and Sem 2. There I had experience in like replying DMs, reposting stories, and also designing posters, and also video editing, and like covering events as well. And last semester and this semester, I was a treasurer for Monash Youth Society. There I oh shoot.
Please don't expose my DMs.
Can you please?
Yes, sorry. There you are.
Thank you. So yeah, being a treasurer in Monash Youth Society, I had some knowledge on basic budgeting, and for being a vice publicity or a treasurer, I volunteered in YFSM organization in multimedia as a poster designer. And these are my tiny achievements, I can say. Like I won manga twice and Mima twice. So that's it. Any questions?
Okay, does anyone else have any questions as well? Testing.
Hello, hi Sander.
Hi.
Okay, so in terms of event coverage, right? How do you plan on to communicate with Nunga?
Actually, we didn't collab for that event. Like it was a KL for the Walk event organized by Monash Photography Society.
What I mean is, how do you plan on to move on with like event coverage if you were to be elected next year?
Oh, okay. So sometimes like back in Monash Photography, like we collab with manga, like for the event coverage sometimes. But here, I think I can get help from Ivan, and then like we do have personal cameras, and we can cover the events there, and like we can also get like for example during CNS week, that be CNS week, like we can go interview those people, like how they are doing their how they are promoting their clubs. Do I answer your question?
Okay, I think you are not so sure about this, so let me just explain it to you. So basically, manga, we do like cover events, right? But basically, I'm asking in terms of like your big events like MCN and stuff like that. You will probably ask us to cover your event.
We will have
Regarding that, like, how do you plan on to like communicate, or what plans do you have?
Okay, so like we will have subcoms for that, but what we will do is like all the heads will be there and subcoms will be there, so we will be covering the event. Like we will have subcoms later.
Wait, so I think what she means is, right? So when we have events as well, Moist isn't going to be the only people covering. A lot of times we also want manga to cover that event as well. So it won't just be the voice media subcommittee team, it would also be manga as well. So it's really important that you communicate with manga, make sure they're aware of the event and what exactly you need. So could you tell me a bit more about how soon you reach out to manga before an event to communicate with them what you need from them and how you will be working with the manga team to cover certain events?
Oh, so like before, like we'll have discussion in our own with our heads. Like this event will be, we will hold this event on a particular date. So after discussion with our own group, own movies group, like we will bring that that topic to manga. Like we will formally tell you guys that we will have this plan, and we will also discuss with you guys, and only then we will we will make plans on like how we will cover the event. Thank you.
Hello, yes. Hi, Sundar. First of all, we would like to say thank you as the voice media because you tried to for this position. And for as for the communication, if you have like any more questions, you can ask us more. And I hope you're not overthinking about like down because of those questions. But my questions will be because you're new to the voice media, right? My questions will be because we have like a lot of like events to cover, including like media coverage from like every event. So we need to like white book for every voice event, including activities, CROs, and then we also have the annual magazine, and then we also need to do the IDP post and many other posts. And even like three of us, like it's really hard for us to handle. How do you plan to handle your time? And because I saw like you're in year two, sem two in science major.
Yeah.
And then my next question would be, we would like also to say thank you because you also one of the MIMA participants, right, for this year.
Yeah.
And I, Arhan, and Omar also noticed your name.
Thank you.
What are your plans for next year MIMAs? Because it's actually one of the legacy you're planning like to do like each year. So I think that's all for me.
So like we're thinking to have the MIMA like 4 times. So and we're still discussion on like budgeting and all. And then about the question like how I'm gonna schedule the time, like yeah, it's gonna be a challenge. So being a vice publicity to movies media, yeah, it's a big challenge. But I wanna like experience the challenge and I wanna learn more. I don't wanna just limit my knowledge in just in the vice publicity. I wanna learn more. I can reach out to you guys, right? Like if I need help. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you have any more questions, if you're accepted, you can ask us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, is there any more questions from anyone else? Okay, no questions, then we can proceed, our friends. Oh, yeah, Alpha has a question. Brandon, can I ask to both candidates directly or? Okay, thank you.
I thought you went missing.
Okay, hi guys, thank you for that presentation. So since both candidates are putting their interest on applying as a part of Moist Media, I do assume that all candidates have gone through the Constitution, Musa Constitution. Hence, both candidates would know that the Moist Media Department is part of the MAC. Please elaborate on what are the functions of MAC and what are the roles of Moist Media on MAC. Thank you.
Anyone else have any more questions?
I want to ask a quick question to the first candidate as well.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, hi Joseph. So like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I win.
Yeah.
Hi. So like we did cover MCN together, right?
Yeah.
So you are aware of how things work.
Yeah.
So I just want to know your opinion. Like, how do you plan on to move forward with collaborations, basically event coverage and like collaboration with editors, department next year?
Regarding collaborations, I believe Moist Media can also help cover events that are a part of Musa. Musa conducts events, like not all events are collaborated with Moist, but we can help out each other in covering the events. And talking about collaborations, we recently had a collaboration with the publicity department, showing around places in KL and the food spots in KL. So we can have many more of those kind of collaborations with other departments as well.
Wait, okay, so you mentioned that you want to cover other Musa events as well, is it?
Yeah, we can help out, obviously.
Okay, but when you do that, aren't you trying to take the job scope of basically what the editors department are
No,
doing?
it's totally up to the department. If the department needs our help, like for MCN, we wanted help and we requested. So in the same way, if you need help, we are always here and all that.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, hi Aaron, hi Thunder. Actually, this question is for both of you because I noticed that both of you like more into photography or video editing more. Meanwhile, our most like Instagram is like 80% mostly graphic design, and our platform is probably like 6 people, and we cannot like really like sometimes there's like too many to ask all of the platforms. So how do you plan on like for the posters and all? Because like 80% of our job is like graphic design. I think that's you.
So like we can,
Do you guys have experience using Canva?
yeah, like I was a vice publicity, so when I design the posters, I had to use Canva. So yeah, I think I'm okay. I'm quite good at Canva.
Okay, what about Iwan?
I can learn about it.
What
Iwan,
Oh, sorry, your name.
Yeah. When it comes to graphic designing, yes, I can edit in Canva. I can use After Effects as well, but a lot of the jobs will be. I believe the posters that Moise makes, I can be able to manage that, and with her as a partner, obviously, I don't think that'll be an issue.
Good, good. More tasks for you till the end of the year.
Okay.
We're asking because one of our weaknesses in this current movies media event is our inconsistency for the posters and all with our Instagram. So if you like, so I would like to ask more like about your future ideas of like improving the current like inconsistent post of like movies media so it's become better in like next year.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Like your ideas so the next year movies Instagram will be like more consistent for in the team posts and layouting because if you notice our movies media currently is kind of like messy.
Yeah, exactly. Bringing a pattern into the page is another thing that we'll be focusing on. And as I told, we'll be more interacting with the students. What we are trying to bring in is bringing in international student engagement. So interacting with students, even if it's by even if it's by competitions or reposting, all those kind of stuff. We'll be doing that as well. And in the post, we'll be giving a pattern so that it won't be messy. Yeah, those are the DMs as well. We'll be the main motive is to help student life become easy. So how many ever DMs we get, how small the matter is, we believe we can help out through the Instagram page or the website we will be building on.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. Thank you for the.
Okay.
Guys making dumb exercise. Guys, we're gonna limit just one last question so we can move on to the.
Oh yeah, Alpha. Sorry, Alpha. Yeah. So basically, MAC. Yeah. We'll be making sure that the publicity efforts for MAC and what do you say? Publicity efforts of the MAC and the Musa will be like the best interest at heart. We'll be trying to make the publicity more for MAC. And we'll also be updating other parties as well regarding MAC. That is the current ideas we have right now.
Okay, so hi, this is just a general question from CNS. So, here.
Yeah.
So I'm the CNS publicity officer. So I'm aware that you two hold publicity. One is a VP and one is vice publicity for photography club, right?
I am from Monash Media.
I know, but your current club positions.
Yeah.
Okay, so generally just asking because CNS has publicity regulations as well. So I think this is more to Sana, just because I wanted to know moving forward as Monash Media, how would you ensure that regulations and procedures are being followed? Because for photography club, CNS publicity had to follow up on you guys via Instagram to follow the regulations. So moving forward, how are you ensuring that procedures are being followed when you are in Monash Media?
Here you go.
Like in Telegram, CNS is like updating all the rules. Like there's also starter package that we used to read, and I also attend the CNS meetings. So yeah, there I got to know the rules and regulations. I got updated.
I know, but the thing with photography club publicity procedures is that we have to follow up on you guys to make sure that you guys are following it. So moving forward in voice media, how are you going to make sure that you are aware and well informed of these rules? Because there are still rules that you guys have to follow by, whether it's in the Muslim constitution.
I was a part of Monash Media. She was the VP.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering how you guys are moving forward. How would you adhere to the procedures?
Just telling there are rules and regulations for CMS and photography.
Like we used to, like we get approved, like for the posters, like when you're done, we will update on the publicity tracker, and then when we got approved from the CNS, we'll put the CNS logo there, and then I think first the CNS, the Instagram page, they will post first, and then we will be posting later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's proceed quickly. We are actually quite over time. I think that we will probably need to extend MSc part 8.2, but we will be online, I suppose.
You guys can go back. Yeah.
Alright, thanks guys. So yeah, today's MSc will run until appreciation night, most likely events or whenever it finishes. Hopefully we won't take too long with the recording. So I think let's make this quick. Let's make the voting quick. I'll give you guys a few seconds to just liaise if you're partners, and then we can get started. As usual, we'll start with vice presidents. 1 second. Okay. Let me just go back to the main document. Okay. So just a reminder for Musa 2022, you are able to vote for, abstain, or against, right? So I think we can start voting at 4:05. So yeah.
give you guys the time to discuss very quickly. For the people online as well, you guys will have, for those who have the proxy rights, there was actually a question online. I think for Irfan, I think you can refer this question to them directly if you'd like to ask them that question. Sorry we didn't get to your question. Really apologize. Okay. VPs, whenever you guys are ready, just let me know because we'll start with you. Yeah. So just a reminder, it's a shared vote, so you'll vote for both of them at once, not individually. Yeah. Ready? Okay, then we'll start. Okay. Is everyone else ready? All good? Treasurers, all good? Everyone all good? All good? We can hurry up. Okay, cool. Vice presidents? Against? Okay. Treasurers? 4. Okay. CNS? Abstain. Activities? Abstain. Publicity? Against? Welfare? 4. Okay. Women's officers? Abstain. Arts and social science? Bing Hui?
Abstain.
Abstain as well. School of business? Okay, 4. Both of you 4, yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry, Sean. Did you mention whether you're for abstain against? Or okay, both of you you're speaking on behalf of both. Okay. All right. School of engineering. Both against. Okay. School of IT. Both against as well. Okay. And School of medicine and health sciences. Vaish, I believe you're voting on behalf of both. Can we have your vote, please? Abstain as well. School of Pharmacy, both against. And School of Science, 4. Okay. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm not very good at math. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so it's 1 against. Calculate from bottom. Yeah, 2 against, 4 against, 6 against, 7 against, 8 against. Yeah, it's not us. It's already 8 against. 2, 3, 2, 4, 5. 5 abstain, and then 4. Wow, that's the majority. Yeah. How many false? Because I'm calculating the school votes separately, so where's Esther's 8 number now? 8 against, 5 abstain, and then 1, 2. Okay, so with final votes, with 8 against, 5 abstain, and 4 for. Sadly, the MUIS media will not be voted in as interim representatives, so the vote will carry until Musa 2023 proposes a new set of interim candidates who are following MSc, or for the next by-election, this position will remain available until by-elections. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I didn't realize you guys were in. So sorry to inform you guys that with the final votes of 8 against and 5 abstains and 4 for, you guys will not pass the MUIS media votes. So this position will remain empty, like I mentioned before, until by-election occurs or until Musa 2023 proposes again in the next 2 MSCs. Yeah, in the next 2 MSCs for an interim, so 60 days right after election. So within the next 2 MSCs, MSC 9 and 10, right? So this is a reminder for a rush one, wherever you are. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. You can have a seat again. Okay, thanks everyone for the patience. So now we're gonna move on to. So now we're gonna move on to President's report. Now we can start our President's report. So let's try to make this as quick as possible. So Dom.
Okay, let's get straight to it. First off, regarding the office locks and keys, all the locks of the sports center have already been changed, with the exception of the riser room within the Musa Lounge. Just when Ina are aware of this, we remind me to bump facilities about this. And I would like to encourage those who have not exchanged their old keys and signed the key agreements to do so by the end of this week. If not, then we will have to issue a warning letter because this has been dragging on since the start of second semester. Then I also want to remind everyone that they need to return the loan keys by end of the year as per the end of term responsibilities. So please don't fly off with your key and leave it till like after this year, then only return. That is against the end of term responsibility. So knowing if you have any travel plans, make sure that you put them into the equation when you consider when you should return your key. Okay. Second thing is the PVC SAF. The last PVC SAF, I think the second one of this year occurred on 5th October of this month. And there were fruitful discussions held regarding issues faced by the Monash community. Since of the lack of time, the minutes are attached in the MSC business report. But the summarized parts are here. Selwyn, who is the director of Sun Life, agreed to a comprehensive review of the issues faced by Musa from administrative, operational, and financial point of view. That one, it will be pending on the relevant departments and myself to be working on the points for internal review. So zoom in. Yeah. Smell sucks. Okay, big enough, right? Okay, restructured finance processes for 2023. I have asked the 2023 office bearers to finalize the budget 2023 by the end of November so that it can be submitted to Student Life. After week 14, myself and the treasurers will be working closely to review the internal finance processes and procedures, and will be instructing the 2023 team of the changes. The reason why we have issues with restructured finance processes is because of the PRPO issue. We follow the August rules. Therefore, I think majority of you will know what has changed with regards to vendor payment. Okay, next. Handover and end of term responsibilities. I would like to remind all office bearers that they are required to maintain contact and instruct their successors during this shadowing period. So that means that you cannot disappear on your successor. If they ask you a question, provided it's within reasonable hours, please do reply to them. I would prefer not to hear any complaints that you cannot be reached by your successor. A follow-up meeting will also be held between each department and their successors to determine whether all end-of-term responsibilities have been fulfilled in both November and December. Exact date and time are subject to change after further notice. That one is still in the planning phase. So I'll be attending this meeting as well to make sure everything is okay. I would also like to remind all office bearers to encourage their successors to familiarize themselves with the handbook constitution and with regards to the relevant job scope. This is a reminder as well to the 2023 team that during the last meet, I did ask you guys to familiarize yourself with the job scope, because if you don't understand it now, it will be too late to understand it next year. And from the questions posed earlier, you can already see what an example would be if you don't understand the parts well enough. This is not a criticism, just general reminder. I would also like to remind 2023 team to quickly appoint the interim and appoint the necessary office bearers for positions that are currently vacant, including the positions that require interim and also CNS that requires the office bearers to be appointed, to prevent an occurrence of the constitutional crisis if the requirements are not met. So please make sure the time is noted. If not, then we will have a big issue on our hand. Okay. Any questions before we continue? If any question, just stop me. Musa Appreciation Night has been made possible with office bearers who have kindly made themselves available to assist in planning and execution of the event. In particular, activities, welfare, publicity, GenSec. Who else did I miss? Well, thanks to all you guys, VPs as well. If not for you guys, then we would not have Appreciation Night. So stay tuned for all the stuff later tonight and give a big thank you for them. Okay, unfortunately, 2023 is not included in Appreciation Night unless you are a subcom. Sorry that we don't have the extra food. But the schedule is listed down here on the thing, so you can take a look as well. It's been circulated on the Musa 2022 Office Bearers Group chat. Please share it with your subcoms if you have the time. Otherwise, yeah, it's there for people to see. Okay. Archiving of documentation. I would like to request the cooperation of all departments for the compilation and archiving of documents from previous years. The initiative is headed by myself, Brendan, the GenSec, and the publicity officers to create a national archive for preservation of important documentations. Specifically, we require the office bearers in their departments to zip up all the drives and documents from previous years so we can actually file it away lah. Because since 2020, we do not have any more paper documentation. Everything is still online, so we require that information lah. And for the last wishes, I would like to wish everyone a good luck and best wishes to all the students present in this room and in absentia, the entire student body for the forthcoming examination period. Okay. Yay. Okay. If there are no questions, acceptance of Brand's report accepted by. Okay lah, Rashan lah.
Okay, VPs. Is it going to be you?
So we're going to be moving to Vice President's report now. Let me see if I can zoom in anymore. Let's see, okay.
Hi guys. So TEDx Monash University Malaysia 2022 was an absolute success, and this year's theme was yay. This year's theme was Cracks in the System, featuring 7 speakers, including 2 student speakers, Adam Hussein and Andi Halilintar. So we had the maximum number of participants as per TEDx regulations, which is 100. Both Monash students, staff, and non-Monashians were present. We received amazing feedback from everyone. The TEDx goodie bags are being delivered next week to all the non-Monashians and will be available for pickup for Monashians. The post-conference proceedings are underway as the speaker videos are still being edited by our camera crew. So it'll take some time for it to be posted on the official TEDx YouTube. Yeah. Next, for Monash merchandise, pre-orders for Monash merchandise 2022 received overwhelming response. A total of 310 smiley t-shirts, 203 black and 75 white t-shirts were sold, along with 484 varsity jackets. The t-shirt distribution started yesterday and ended at 4 p.m. today. For those of you who couldn't collect their merchandise in the given time slots, collection will only be arranged next semester as per the prior notice. However, there is a delay for the varsity jacket distribution due to approval of funds from Monash Finance. Nothing new. We have given the options of delivery, collection at the end of exams, collection at the start of next semester, and refund to all the buyers. The responses have been collected and it will only be processed mid-November.
Thanks, Jamaica. So I will be reporting about the Monash merchandise website and our recent event, the Monash 101 Get Your Groove On. So for context, for those who are the most offer bearers for 2022 and for the upcoming vice presidents, there was supposed to be a Monash merchandise website where we are already in the development and having a vendor to set for us in managing the website and having students to purchase from the website itself rather than manually filling in Google Forms. But however, recent development, so basically Student Life have made a fundamental change towards who will be managing the website without the consultancy with Musa, us, and the project managers, me, Alpha Chumaka, and Dominic. We were deeply disappointed the fact that we were not consulted with this fundamental change that the website will be most probably managed by the management. So moving forward, we seek to have clarification for how we can address the logistical issues that will mainly be there if the management will be taking over the website, and a meeting will be held soon. So, okay, maybe I'm abandoning too much for this. So for the next update is the recent event that we have, which is the Monash 101 Get Your Groove On. This is an event where we were trying to have the purpose of trying to provide the platform and the space for students to come in and to just study, to just have the space. And this happened very recently on the 25th of October from 4 to 6 p.m. And unfortunately, the turnout rate was not as good because we kind of expected that due to students perhaps maybe preferring to study at home, there wasn't a good turnout rate. However, we, the Vice President Department, did look into how maybe perhaps in the future for the Vice President to look into it and how we can promote better, provide better incentivization strategies to allow students to come during the swallow pack season to study. So that is all by the Vice President Department. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so business report of the Vice President Department accepted by I had Alpha. Thank you, Alpha.
I like how you put the mic almost at my height. Thank you. All the way up to my forehead. Okay. Mine is next. If you probably fill in date. Mine's very short because the bulk of my report today will be by Sean on our annual election report. As you all know, annual elections happened recently. I don't really have much to report today except subcommittee certificates. The General Secretary Department will be working on them during this period of time. So I request that every department update your subcommittee database, right? So I know which subcommittees have what position they were in your department and who to reward it to. But I will pass the time to Sean Pun. Everyone should be very familiar with Sean. Let's welcome Sean.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure most of you know me, but in case you don't know me, my name is Sean Pan. I was the returning officer for this year's annual election. I just want to say thank you to all the participants, especially to the OBs and candidates and the advisors. I'm especially happy to see people like Dominic and Sridipta get the chance to, take another role in MUSA. So what I'm going to do here is just briefly run through the events of the annual election. I'm obviously not going to read through everything. I'll just summarize them in point form. So first of all, the MUSA annual election started August 17th, lasted 8 weeks to October 12th. There was a 7.7% increase from last year's turnout. So for reference, last year's turnout was 12.04 and this year's was 20.4. Okay, my appointment and Alicia's appointment as Deputy Returning Officer was on August 4th. I don't know if Dakshina is here. Dakshina is up there for you guys who, okay, he's the second Deputy Returning Officer. He was appointed August 25th. And because this was an e-election, meaning online and e-ballots were done, there was no vote counters hired. So these are just the agendas for your reference. You guys can refer to it in your own time if you would like further details. Moving on to open talk, we had 2 open talks, one on August 19th, the second on August 22nd. This was because we wanted to, give people a chance if they couldn't make it for the first election, for the first open talk. However, we only had less than 5 participants for open talk. So I don't know what the point was that. But you know what? It's good that we had participants anyway. Moving on to ticket registration, we had, ticket registration lasted 7 days from August 29th to September 4th. In the end, we had 2 tickets, Lideransa and Ignivitas. This was also when we had our first appeal. The authorizing officer of one of the tickets was not actually eligible to be a candidate because he did not meet candidate requirements. He did, however, submit an appeal asking for an exception. The appeal was, however, rejected. So the EC did allow him to run as a party leader without being a candidate. Okay. We had ticket briefing after that. This one was on September 7th. Nominations was after ticket briefing starting from 9 to 14 September. In total, we had 47 candidates, 29 from Ignivitas, 14 from Lideransa, and 4 independent. This figure does not include the 2 candidates that dropped out. Both candidates dropped out from CRO position. So that's also why we have a CRO interim now. Our second appeal was also during this time. This one was due to party hopping. Basically, the situation is a candidate had moved from Lideransa to Ignivitas. There was suspicion of sniping or poaching candidates. Ignivitas had seen the anti-hopping bill that Lideransa had come up with and had submitted a complaint. The EC had acted on the complaint, asking for an apology to be issued, but Lideransa did not want to, so therefore they had submitted an appeal. That appeal was passed. So they did not apologize. That was their appeal. There were also a few oversights on the election commission's part, more particularly name spelling. Once again, very sorry for those of you who had to go through that. Basically, when we were putting in the master sheet details, there were a few names that were not spelled correctly, or maybe their preferred name was not used. We'll get more into it later. After that, we can move on to Okay, there are also like uncontested positions here, but I'll talk about that later. But you can also refer to them in your own time. Moving on to publicity, I just want to give shout out to Alpha and Shane Yin for doing such a good job. Thank you. And I have yet to treat you to McDonald's for helping us get to 20.4% voter turnout. So just get in touch with me then. We have a few platforms that we use, including Instagram, Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp, StreamYard, YouTube. The reasons are listed here as well. You can refer to them. Let me see. Okay, there was also a few issues. This includes, okay. For whatever reason, let's say an OB was not available to do a debate or not able to get in touch with us, we also had a few solutions to that. We had to contact past OBs, or we had to have, I'll get into that about the debates later. And we also had a few challenges, including the naming convention, like I had mentioned before. This resulted in us having to take down and repost a few postings and getting in on time. So that was just a few challenges, but otherwise everything went smoothly in terms of publicity. Okay, moving on to debates. The debates occurred over a period of 5 days. It was on the 28th to 30th September. The timings were organized with Google Forms, and they were held via StreamYard and broadcasted on YouTube Live. There were a few complications regarding StreamYard because the free package that we were using only allows for up to 10 participants in the studio, and 6 participants are able to be broadcasted at any one time. So I think the editors especially would know about our situation, because something that we had to do was to ask them to share devices when possible. We are fortunate that all the candidates had complied with our demands or something, but they were just very cooperative, so this was not that big of an issue on our side. The debate schedule is written here, as you can see, but I won't go into the details. There are actually a few debate events that I would like to mention. For example, there was a problem with the School of Medicine and Health Sciences representative debate. It was an oversight on my part personally, because I had mistakenly not given her the proper time to give their closing statement. We did have a small solution, although this was kind of difficult to solve, but basically our compromise was to let her post her closing statement in the YouTube Live. But overall, she was quite understanding about it, and I would just like to thank Calvina Hung again, and thank you for being cooperative. The Treasurer's debate started late, but that's because the previous debate was slightly over time. When there were unavailable OBs, we had a few solutions. Because let's say one OB was unavailable, we're lucky because another OB would be there to take the place or represent both of them. And in the event that both OBs are unavailable, what they would do is to send me their questions, and then I would represent both the OBs and read out their questions to the debate participants. So everything was smooth in terms of that. Okay, and our last event for debates, I would just like to bring up the MUIS Treasurer harassment in the comments. Basically, what happened was that MUIS Treasurer faced a bit of bullying in the comment section. I'm kind of disappointed, but it's how life works. So what we did was just to block those people with the StreamYard function. Okay, now we can move on to campaigning. Campaigning was over a total from 19th September to 12th October 2022. Parties employed a wide range of campaigning tactics, such as printing T-shirts for their candidates to wear, giving out stickers, giving out flyers, and also campaigning is the topic that we have the most drama in. If you guys want to hear, basically, okay. Let me just. Okay, so there were multiple situations when clubs would mistakenly publicly endorse club members, which is actually against MUSA Code of Conduct. It was explicitly said, but because the EC personally found it to be a very minor thing, we let them off with a warning, and obviously we didn't suspend them. We just, just give them a warning and made sure everyone knew about the situation. There was also something regarding another club where a few candidates were subject to defamation of another candidate. This was brought to our attention. We also did give those candidates a warning. However, as per the complainant's suggestion for disbarment, we did not act on that because we did not see the situation as grave enough. There was another candidate who had posted an Instagram story who was quite vague, but we received complaints about the Instagram story being an intention to mock their opponents. But because of the vagueness of it, we did not act on it. We just rejected the complaint. And then the last, but possibly the most dramatic gossip that we have is regarding the CNS heads candidate. I think most of you might know about it, but basically a brief rundown is that one of the CNS candidates were doing research by contacting different clubs. That's not against the rules, but it would be against the rules if he were to ask the clubs for endorsement or ask the clubs for votes. What we had done is we just wanted to ensure that he was not breaking rules. We had asked him to provide any evidence that he was not breaking the rules. They did not want to give us the evidence, so they had submitted an appeal, and that appeal was also passed. So they won in terms of that. And then moving on from campaigning, we can also talk about voting. So voting period commenced on October 5th at 10 a.m. ended on October 12th. There were also a few problems regarding voting. Initially, we planned to begin on October 3rd, but we had postponed voting because there were a few technical issues regarding the voting website. So we postponed it, first of all, to allow ITS to sort out the problems. And also, we had prepared a backup Google form in the event that they would not be able to solve it. We are fortunate in the sense that they were able to solve it and they were able to hold voting in time. However, there was still a bit more problems regarding the voting website after they have solved it. For example, there was lagging between pages of when you finish voting for this person, then you have a bit of a time lag, you move on to the next page. There was also voting regarding school rep, and that had quite a few issues. There was a candidate with a missing biography, and there were also problems regarding the women's officers position. However, their solution was to close voting for a very short period of time and to solve all their voting. I'm glad to say that voting was solved after that. And what they did was to ask the female students to revote. They also managed to make it so that if they were revoting, they would only have to vote for the women's officers position and they don't have to vote for other positions. There was one case of spoiled votes. This is due to a student in Monash revealing their votes on Instagram. So that was a violation of conduct in the sense that votes are no longer secret. So we had counted that as a spoiled vote. In terms of the domino effect regarding that, we were unable to process that because of the lack of evidence, things like that. So as far as we know, they only have one small vote. Okay, we also had postponed the end of voting from October 11 to October 12th because October 10th was a holiday which we had not taken into account. Because it's a holiday, we have to open it for a minimum of 5 school days, and therefore October 10th would not be considered a school day. So we just postponed it, and scrutinizing was held on the same day at 11 p.m. As per the voting statistics, as per requested by DOM, there were total votes of 669 from 2020, 854 from 2021, 1,384 from 2022. So overall, our voter turnout was 9.6, and then 12.05, and then 20.4. The following were demographic highlights from the overall voting data. Female to male ratio 50-50, approximate value, international students participation rate 59%, higher school participation, School of Business, lower school participation, School of Pharmacy. These are the results of the voting. I don't think you need me to read it out, but is there anyone who wants me to go through it? Okay, thank you very much. The results are there. You can refer to them if for whatever reason you're unclear about them. These are the remaining positions that will be selected for in the interim. School of Medicine, Health Sciences, male rep. School of Business, female rep. School of IT, male and female rep. School of Pharmacy, male and female rep. MUIS Media was just now, well, it's still going to be an interim. MUIS Country Representative Officer was recently elected, so congrats again. And then the results ceremony was streamed on October 13 using StreamYard. Okay, then we also had another appeal that was rejected. This one is basically a candidate reporting a breach of regulations, but after we had investigated it, we concluded that there was not actually any breach of regulation, so we rejected the appeal. Okay, that was our our results. The challenges are basically what was stated above. We have a few other challenges that were not mentioned. This includes unclear regulations. You know, the regulation is flawed. I don't think that is new knowledge, but we do what we can and we work with it. But it still poses a challenge to us. This includes campaigning, research, what counts as campaigning, what counts as advertisement, things like that. It also, another challenge that we had was preferred names. For example, especially when it came to people like Inan, I thought her name was Aishaf. So that's kind of the challenge. Same with Lee Linjun. I thought his name was Linjun. Turns out he prefers Rain. Things like that. About the debate schedule, Alethea wanted me to state that it took 3 days to finalize because, you know, it's kind of difficult to operate and coordinate everyone together. So she did suggest that in place of a Google form next time, the candidates should discuss their available timings with each other. I'll leave that to my successor in the future to decide on whether or not to do that. Voting, that one is, I've mentioned that. And also, although voters turnout has improved immensely in comparison to the past 2 years, in the end, voting turnout is still below 50%. So we would like to increase that in the future. Okay, so in conclusion, there were a few mishaps, but overall, I think we did a good job and everything went smoothly. If you do have any feedback for us, for the election commission, I would appreciate it on a personal level, but it will be ultimately up to the next year's election commission to act on it, and we hope that we would have made a good impression on them. Does anyone have any questions regarding the report? Yes.
Okay, so my question is, first of all, I just want to appreciate and acknowledge the fact that you guys have handled a very good election process in 2022. I do have a question, particularly in the campaigning period by the parties, right?
Okay.
Specifically in providing stickers. Now, I'm not questioning that sometimes it is necessary for parties to go out and get votes.
Yeah.
However, I just feel like there's a form of tokenism when you're providing stickers for students to vote for you. So what is the rationale between EC and returning officers in allowing stickers to be provided, allowing student parties to be providing stickers to students, which can be seen like a form of tokenism, buying votes?
Okay.
So I just wanted that to be clarified, that's all.
Thank you.
Anything.
So for those of you who did not hear him, he just wanted to know our reason for allowing stickers to be provided to the students because it can come across as buying votes. So from my perspective, I don't personally have an opinion on whether or not stickers should be allowed, but this was actually raised to us that this might be against regulation. I just want to clarify that according to regulation, they do say that providing consumables is disallowed, but they also state that stickers, balloons, something else I'm not really sure about, but stickers is not considered a consumable. So basically, what we were doing is acting in regards to regulations, and it was not our own discernment on whether or not stickers should be provided. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Yeah, can I just
go ahead.
One last question. Yeah. So sorry, but I think this is probably something that the election committee of next year can look into about what can be provided so that it doesn't come off as a form of tokenism or buying voters. Because when you're giving stickers to students, it's like you're saying like, oh, you know, we're giving you nice things, and they're not really thinking about the merits of the student party, but rather the item itself. Yeah, so we'd just like to highlight that.
Okay, thank you for your feedback. I hope that the next EC will take that into consideration. If there are no other questions, I'd just like to pass it back to Brendan.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sorry for how long it took, guys. Even though it's obviously a lot of you might not pay attention, it's actually very important for Musa 2023, especially Uruj. Just to remind you guys, so next year's election committee, basically the election committee is the one that comes out with the blueprint before the elections happen. not to be confused with the commission. So the committee will have Urush, your next year's GenSec. You'll have your president, Rashwan. You'll have the MUIS secretary, CNS secretary, and one more elected MSc representative that you guys will have to elect in MSc 1. So this year it was our SOIT rep, right? But it's an open position. So yeah, okay. So Urush, I think you have to take note about the feedback for the election report to hand it down to your by-election and election commission. But I think that's all for GenSec. Acceptance of General Secretary's report accepted by. Okay, thank you, Rashwan. Okay, I think let's move on really quickly, treasurers. For those of you who will be speaking, I think you can just move to the front so we can make this really quick. Okay, all right.
Okay, so I just have 2 points to deliver. The first one is the closing date for processing funds will be on the second week of November, which is 13 November 2022. So do submit any cash in advance, cash reimbursements, purchase order, or grab requests before the cutoff date. Late submissions will be rejected. The reason is because the treasurers will need to do the reconciliation and make a financial report for the year of 2022. And then the second point is reconciliation for every cash in advance request. So you guys need to submit the financial report with proof of payment attached and cash in advance report after the event has ended. Student Life and the Finance Department has a list of unreconciled events, and penalties will apply for future events if these documents are not submitted. Is there any questions?
Wait, I have a question.
Really?
Yeah. So since the cutoff week is the second week of November, wait.
Since the cutoff week for the processing of funds is the second week of November, does that mean that OB should submit budget proposals by the first week because you guys will be processing it?
No. This is the second week of November is the...
To receive the proposal.
Yeah, to receive the proposal in the fund tracker.
Thank you.
Yes. So accepted, Jasper has it.
For vendor reports, vendor processing, right? Will it still be done after this cutoff date?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, it will still be done. Okay, any questions?
Okay, just to verify for the 2023 team as well, right? The recon is important because right now what we understand is a very superficial understanding of how the entire corporate process for finance works. So if the recon is not done right, actually Student Life has the ability to halt all funding to Musa. So just take note that this is actually something that's really important that needs to be done. So if recon is not done right, while we can say it's very simple, we put internal penalty, what XXX department does not get funds right. The reality is if it's serious enough, then finance can halt all funding to Musa, meaning freeze the 540K. So just take note now, Musa 2023.
Yeah. Okay, so acceptance of treasury report accepted by
JJ.
Okay.
Thanks, treasurers. Okay, well, before we move on to the CNS, we'll go activities first because they will need to do some appreciation night related things. So, hold on, activities, where are you? Here, right? Yes, go ahead, Nuri.
Hi guys. Okay, just want to make this really quick. So I'm gonna run through. This is a very bad angle. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through for October orientation. So essentially, as you guys know, those of you that helped out especially, it was held for 3 days from the 19th to the 21st of October. The first day of orientation was really packed with students and parents. However, I think we handled it rather well. The only issue I think that we faced was some streaming issues in the plenary theatre. You guys were giving tours around campus. There were support services booths being manned. The parents were directed to the parents' info sessions. They were also given like a very brief campus tour, the usual stuff. Refreshments were provided for them. However, we were kind of low on helpers, well, understandable being in week 12 and stuff, but we accommodated by dividing the students into larger groups, and that worked out really well. Okay, moving on to Monash Ball, fun stuff, guys. So, first of all, as you guys know, this is the biggest event. We are expecting over 600 students. We are expecting 600 students flat, which will be the hotel's giving us the grand ballroom, so it can accommodate all 600 of you. 20th November, from 6 p.m. onwards, this is when the event starts. It's about 15 minutes from here, so I would suggest you guys book your grabs around 5:30. I won't lie, because 6 o'clock traffic is tough on a Sunday. We took a trip to the venue last week. You know, we checked out the lights and stuff like that. I won't lie, it looks good. The venue looks good, and once it's all decked up in decorations, you guys are gonna love it. Okay, if you don't, it's a you problem. I can't reiterate this any further. Okay, um, ticket sales have been skyrocketing. I won't lie. As of right now, we have about 230 tickets being sold. I haven't checked today's one, but this is as of the 26th of October. Another reminder, I think you guys should definitely grab your tickets, and to all the students on the live stream, please do get your tickets soon. They are selling like hotcakes, you know, you want to make sure you get it in time. For those of you that are unable to pay via a online payment, e-wallet, or actually we don't accept e-wallets, right? Via a bank transaction, please send us an email to right here. You can see musaactivities@monash.edu, and we'd be happy to, you know, help you sort that out via cash transaction. We had cash sales actually, I think yesterday and the day before, went pretty well. We had quite a few signups. The menu for this event is an 8-course Oriental meal. It is not a dome set actually, so which means they will be cooking the food fresh and serving it to you guys table by table. Hot stuff, literally. Okay. As for those of you that have dietary requirements, the only things that we were able to accommodate for those who have seafood allergies and vegetarians, and since they're being served like separately, the food will not be contaminated in that sense. So if you are a pescatarian or have seafood allergies, don't touch the seafood. If you're a vegetarian, don't touch the meats. Like that. No vegan options, unfortunately. Yeah. And also, okay, so this is an issue that we face. I think last week it was announced that the 15th Malaysian general election will be hosted on the 19th, and that all, I think, university activities will be, like, I think, put on hold for the 5 days before that. However, this is the exemption because I think it's a non-academic activity. And yeah, this will help give time for students to return to their hometowns through the boats and be back in time. I think the only thing is they'll have like a blue fingernail, because that's how we check it out that you voted. Anyways, I don't think y'all have any questions, but just to ask, do you have any questions? Actually, wait, I have a question for y'all. Who hasn't bought tickets? Show yourself right now. Oh my god. I think this is grounds for warning letter. I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Seriously, any questions though, guys? No? Just this much. Well, motion number 8, acceptance of the activity chairperson's report. Sorry, last second rush. No, literally.
I know, right? I'm using it. Okay. Okay, let's be quick, guys. CNS. Let's scroll all the way back up. Here.
All right, so the first item for CNS would be Monash Cup. So Monash Cup holding ceremony was held on the 23rd of September, and we received an overwhelming numbers of students who attended it. As for the payment and reimbursement is still being processed by finance. And as for jerseys, we have printed all the jerseys except for cheerleading. So now it's currently being distributed, and captains are coming to the office to collect it. Also for the medals, it's also still in the printing process. Okay, next will be for Monash Cup sponsors. So the report for the sponsors, other than Shopee, are in the midst of being prepared. So Shopee has requested for a different ROI because one of them can't be fulfilled. So we are still discussing what should be given to Shopee in return.
Okay, I'm going to do the boring stuff. So closure fund requests for clubs. We have stopped accepting requests on 23rd of October. So if there are clubs watching online, we are not accepting anything anymore. Yep. Okay, certs. We also stopped accepting them on 23rd of October. An additional requirement that we made mandatory for the committee to get certificates from the CNS was to submit their end of term responsibilities for. In terms of work in progress and pending tasks, only 50% of the club constituencies have been checked so far. And clubs holding the storage room keys have been requested to hand them over to CNS by the end of this year. They have also been asked to clean up their stuff in the storage room since it's messy. Okay, acceptance of CNS report. Thanks, Simon.
Okay. Type it. 4 letters. Okay, thanks. Okay, Rashwan.
Hello. All right, so I'm gonna go through the WIS business report, updates from WIS secretary. We are currently holding the international buddy program for the October 2023 intake for the next 2 weeks, starting on the 19th of October. So it's basically over almost. And we prepared the forms and certificates for MCN and assisted in the voting calculation during this event because all the voting took place during, like right after the performances. So the secretary subcoms helped tabulate all of these votes to make sure everything was accurate. Now, updates from WIS Treasurer is that they received funds for MCN and received the grab vouchers for MCN as well. Updates from WIS Activities. They briefed the activities subcom members during during MCN regarding their roles for MCN. They also assisted CRO and Publicity Division during the Monash Cultural Night, and members of most activities were provided designated jobs such as the main guide for attendees, registration booth officers, and ushers during MCN. Now, updates from WIS CRO. MCN was successfully concluded on the 9th of October at 4 points by Sheraton. Diwali was celebrated by the Indian community as well. Now, something else that is not mentioned in the CRO report, however, is that we are working with WIS 2023 to ensure that the current organizational issues that we have for country groups are being addressed. We have a proposed framework that needs a bit more revision, but we will be adhering to that framework in the year 2023 to hopefully improve the communication we have with the country groups. Now, updates from WIS Media, published MCN pre-event posts on social media such as trailers, reminder of the events, repost from 2021 MCN videos, and explanation of ticket prices because we received quite a lot of complaints that MCN ticket prices were really high at the start, and we were able to reduce these prices moving forward. They have also done documentation of story viewers, repost of moist tags, posts of MCN winners, edited a movie which will soon be released, and fashion show reels, which will also be released soon. WIS Media has also done Instagram posts about IBP and the insurance stock. Now, updates from WIS WOFA delivered multiple personalized birthday cards from WIS to the international students to celebrate their birthdays and also to build a bond with the students and make them feel more connected to Monash. Now, does anyone have any questions? 1, 2, 3, no. WIS report accepted by?
I will be the decider.
I heard Adrian.
Adrian it is. Okay. All right. Next one, publicity, right? Okay, guys. We have about 30. This will run till 5:30, so I was just trying to make it as quick so we don't need to have an MSC 8.5 as last time. So, publicity officers, yeah.
So hi, this is Publicity Officer reporting our what we have done and what we'll be doing. So first, Musa Subcommittee T-shirt and lanyard. So as for Musa Subcommittee T-shirt, the payment for the Subcommittee T-shirt has been finalized and submitted to the supplier, and it's still under process of production. So the collection period will take place most likely at the end of the exam period. So more detailed information about the collection venue and time will be announced soon. As for the lanyard, I'll already send it to the group, and the lanyard has been produced, and there'll be a collection period section today after the MSC meeting. And yeah, we also hosted a giveaway, so Musa secretly Monash giveaway. And the giveaway entry has officially closed, and there were a total of around 30 participants, and the winners had been decided internally, and there will be an official announcement of the winner by the end of next week. October orientation. So yeah, for orientation, we distributed donuts as a part of the initiative to strengthen the bond between Musa and the student body and ensure that the students are well informed about the announcement and event from Musa. So the event was well received as over the matter of 1 hour. The donuts were all distributed, and the students were more informed about the schools and Musa through following the Musa page. And we also created October orientation starter pack. It was also posted on Musa Instagram to inform the freshmen about Musa and the things required to get through the semester, such as useful application, campus map, and how to locate their classes. And now I'll pass on to Alpha.
Hi. Okay, my part. So can I have everyone's attention, please? Thank you. So Musa Media Directions for Orientation. Reflecting on the October orientation, the Publicity Officers Department does believe that there are several things that can be improved throughout the Musa Department and Division social media. So through the statistics that were observed during the orientation period, it was shown that the orientation period was the best opportunity to not only gain more traffic, but also followers, which suggests the importance of emphasizing Musa social media platform during the orientation period. Hence, as a student organization, it is our responsibility to ensure that the students are well informed about the events and announcements. With that, Publicity Officers Department would like to encourage all of the Musa departments and divisions to be more active during the orientation week and to inform freshies on what to take note of during their first week at Monash. As what we have overseen from certain departments and divisions social media, some may have been inactive on their social media during these vital times. Moving on to Musa social media. So recently on our Instagram, we hit 7K followers, up from 5K followers. Thank you. Our target is 7.5K followers, which will be supported by our upcoming events. Until the end of orientation week, we received around 13K accounts reach on our social media. For LinkedIn, there will be several upcoming posts on our LinkedIn. First is about notes from President for Future Musa, and second is DNI week coverage. For upcoming initiatives and projects from our department, so we are going to have Publicity X Monga, My Campus Visual Diary, and sneak peek into Campus Live video. As a part of our next initiatives before our term ends, we plan to collaborate with Monga on having a photo and video-based competition for students to make use of their photography and videography skills in any form to express their creativity and inspiration based on the theme. So the theme for these two competitions will be campus memories. With it, we may get to know other students and know about their campus memories. The main purpose of this event is to increase Musa social media platform engagement, specifically on Instagram and Facebook. Other than that, this event will allow students to share their experiences as students in universities and to express their memories through pictures and video. As this event is open for other university students to participate in, we do hope this event can extend Musa connections with other universities. Next is reshoot of Musa profile video. So there are a few departments that need to be reshoot for Musa profile video. During this exam period, we will start work on the reshooting of the video. As for the Musa X Muis vlogs, it's currently under editing process. So the target is to upload by the end of November. For our last report for today's MSc, so for October orientation recap, during July orientation, we had the July orientation recap and the viewers hit more than 18K. We believe that this will be our next opportunity to gain more engagement on our social media. So are there any questions from the floor? Okay, thank you. Yes. Yes, after this. Yeah, after this.
Oh, and guys, remind your subcommittees we'll start at Audi 2, the event tonight. Right, yeah. Okay.
All right, so motion 9, acceptance. Motion. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's make this fast. Welfare. And can women's and editors also, whoever's speaking, come down and sit down here so we can make this quick. Thank you. All right.
Okay, hi everyone. So, first thing we want to talk about today is the Wellness Week event that has just happened on 11th to 14th of October. So there are a few events that happened throughout this week, this 4-day event. First of all, is the support local fair, where we got 12 student vendors and 2 external vendors to sell us food, desserts, and their pre-loved clothes. Event went pretty well. There's a good engagement from the student body. So yeah, we're really happy with that. We also had the mental health talk by Ms. Na Muigi, the head of counseling health and wellness for Monash. She talked about stress and burnout. And a total of 22 participants have signed up out of the 24. So this was a really big attendance ratio. So yeah, happy with that as well. We also gave out free ice cream, coffee, and breakfast throughout this event. So yeah, more than 400 students got to get these freebies. So hope y'all got yours too. Yeah, look, you can wait for more giveaways to come in the future. So yeah, we'll take over the next.
Okay, so I'll just continue what else we did for Wellness Week. So we had a few booths. The first one was the Take What You Need, Give What You Can booth, where participants got popcorn and chocolate in return for writing positive messages. There was another booth called Positivity Playlist, where students shared their favorite songs, and in return they got a free badge that was designed by the welfare team. We had another booth called Inside Out Emotions, and free chocolates were given out there as well. To close off Wellness Week, we had an event called Just Dance, Random TikTok Dance, where students participated by dancing to a curated list of popular TikTok songs to end Wellness Week on a happy note. So overall, we think Wellness Week went really well, as we did have quite a few students reach out to us telling us that they were really happy with the events that were going on. So yeah, that was great. For the next item, it's swap back snack packs. So 250 snack packs containing various snacks have been prepared by our welfare team, and the collection dates were set for 25th, 26th, and 28th. So it's currently all over. All snack packs have been given out now, and we also want to note how fast the slots filled out. In just 1 hour, 250 slots were all taken, just so it was a very popular event. And the purpose of this event was to promote happiness and motivate students while they're going through the stressful times of exam season. So lastly, we just want to talk about academic subsidy. The applications for this have been open for a while now, and we just want to say that it will remain open for 1 more week, just so that the new October intake students can also benefit from this. And the funds from this will be transferred to the eligible applicants following the closing of it next week. So yeah, does anyone have any questions? Okay, great. So acceptance of welfare officer. I heard Sachi. Thanks, Sach. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Fuck, I can't.
So we will start with the Women's Officers report. First of all, we want to inform the Safe in Space. Safe in Space was held on the 6th of October in collaboration with Kale Queer Space by having 3 performers from their side, which consists of singing, poetry, and comedy, then followed by a mental health talk from a guest speaker from their side as well. The event is intended to be a comfortable, accepting night of queer theme performance. We aim to explore queer life and Malaysia, how stands and practices differ from heteronormative culture and sexual expression, identity, and perception, as well as how to stay safe and vigilant in space that may have hostile to queer individuals, but uniquely from an optimistic and more right-thin perspective instead of just for active interest. Wrap up the event with a singing performance from Monash Music Club. We also received heartwarming feedbacks from participants as well. We would also like to thank our subcommittee members, especially the events and operation team, Isha for being the host and Jeremy for liaising with our event partners, and the publicity team, Rui and Amelia, for creating amazing Instagram posts to promote our event.
Hi, so I'll be continuing the report. So on the second thing on our report is the sexual and reproductive health and you. So this is an event in collaboration with Spark Community Project and sponsored by Durex Malaysia. The aim for this event was to normalize topics regarding sexual health and safety, and to empower students to make healthier and safer decisions when developing social and sexual relationships with the right knowledge, skills, attitude, and values. Secondly, the students had the chance to learn about boundaries and consent, gain knowledge about reproductive health, how to apply effective communication, negotiation, and refusal skills. Furthermore, students had the opportunity to take part in a contraceptives demonstration provided by Spot and Durex as well. So for this event, we received more than 70 students who registered for the event, which was the highest participation for our events so far. So we would like to thank our subcommittee members for promoting and assisting with us with the event, especially Nada, Daria, Nahami, and Padma. So the last thing on our list is regarding the Code Red Care Package giveaway for the second one this semester. So this giveaway was open for registrations on the 9th of October, having dates from the 11th to 13th of October as collection dates for students to collect the care packages on their preferred day. So we've received sanitary pad sponsorship from Libras Malaysia and to promote their latest campaign, Wonders of the Womb. So 200 care packages in total were given out, and each care package contains sanitary pads, chocolates, and tea to cater for the well-being of female students on campus, with the aim to promote period positivity on campus. And the extra sanitary pads were placed in both the student lounge and in the Musa office for students to take. And that's all for our report. Are there any questions? Okay, then acceptance of women's officers report accepted by? I heard Jingwei. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. I think editors next. Guys, to make this quick, you don't have to tell us that specific details. If you guys want to know more, you can just check out the report. Let's try to finish editors in all the schools by 5:30 now.
Okay, guys, I'll make it real short. And then this is my team, by the way. They're just here to showcase. And basically, like for the past month, we have covered a lot of events, including Monash Cultural Night, Elemental Odyssey, and MPC Halloween Night. And we'd like to make an official closing announcement for our event coverage form. Means like we will no longer entertain any more event coverage requests for the rest of this year. And all the event coverage requests that were submitted earlier have been processed, and the articles and pictures will be uploaded shortly. And we only have one major event left to cover, which is Monash Ball. And okay, so skip that. And okay, so we have our final snapshot challenge, which will be due on 9th of November. So please join, guys, because like we have very low submissions. Yeah, so yeah, just join because it's free 20 ringgit grab vouchers. Yay. Okay, and then last but not least, this is the most important thing. We're gonna announce our physical copy of this year's magazine is officially in the works. And magazine pre-order will be announced on 1st of December, and our content is scheduled to be finalized by 12th of December. And we would like to collect all the last words from all the office bearers by 25th of November. So I previously sent a link on the announcement group, and yeah, so remember to fill out by 25th of November. Not so close, thank you. Oh my god. My good side is here, thank you. Okay, and then our GD department is also working on manga t-shirts, but it's mostly exclusive to our subcom, sorry. But we will have maybe like 10 to 20 more t-shirts. If you guys want to buy, you can come find us also. And then, but we will have manga exclusive stickers, which will be made available to everyone next year with our magazine. So yeah, that's all for our report. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, so acceptance of editor's report accepted by? Ina, okay.
All right, Bingwei, are you here?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
You can, that's very little. Okay, go ahead, Bingwei.
Yeah.
I'll scroll.
Okay, thank you. So first thing is the general subcommittee update. So the current office bearers have already briefed the newly elected SAS representatives on future responsibilities, and all departments are in the midst of completing their respective final tasks and duties. And for SAS merchandise, we are currently in contact with the supplier and anticipating an estimated date for collection. And also for events, we have successfully hosted SAS last few events, including October Movie Night, October Intake Orientation, and SAS Subcommittee Dinner. As for publicity, all subcommittee members have done their Instagram takeovers, and all planned posts have been uploaded onto our Instagram feed. And lastly, for treasurer, we're still awaiting SAS merchandise to arrive so that we can give out the prizes for open mic lucky draw winners. So that's all from us. Any questions?
Okay. Acceptance of SAS report by?
Thank you.
Are you presenting, Leah? Yeah. I'll scroll for you.
Okay, thank you. Hi everyone. So I'll be presenting the SOB report really quick. So the first one is SOB October intake, and sorry, there was approximately like 50 people attended, and I think everyone is having fun. And on to the next second point is our set to giveaway. We will close our set to giveaway on the 31st of October, and the winners will be decided based on the lucky draw, and the prizes would be Grab vouchers. And then the third point is our SOB female interim. I'll submit the motion to Brandon really soon, and she'll be presenting on the next MSc. And the last one is our SOB merchandise. So for our SOB merchandise, the merchandise has been distributed pretty well, apart from few hiccups. Like for example, Dominic didn't get the merchandise because his name were not in the Google form, but yet he paid. So this kind of cases, our solution was to give them a refund. And I think that's all. Does anyone have any questions? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Motion accepted by Minhao. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Engineering.
Okay, thank you. So for set to give away, a total of 192 donuts have been distributed fully with a short distribution time. So throughout 3 days, approximately 2 hours each day. Yeah, and collection of prizes for, actually we bought off some of the classics merchandise from Mustabi Peace. So collection of prizes for those that are, the winners for set 2 will be brought forward to the following semester due to poor collection responses, maybe because everyone is studying for School of Engineering. Yeah, and the community project for further years will be coined as Charity SOE. The first iteration ended with a total funds of 2858 received, and 80 volunteers actually engaged with 50 B40 children in MBOT programming and voice-controlled wooden car construction. And the school intends to publicize the event under Monash marketing, and content has been finalized, but we are still waiting for approval.
So for the shadowing period, it's going underway. A general briefing on the duties and procedures has been given to the new reps, and it is up to their own initiative to further develop their own understanding on their new appointment. The 2022 team has decided to only provide surface guidance from this point onwards with no direct involvement. So Brian, if you're listening, please take note. Their preliminary introduction on social media has been finalized and posted today. Introduction has been given to the October intake during O week in place of the 22 reps, and the Hello Buddies mentorship program will be under their jurisdiction. For our last agenda, it will be the lanyard design competition. School is in the process of mass producing the winning lanyard design shown below, and the new reps will be very likely in charge of the sales. And if everyone wants to see the design is below, and that's the end of the School of Engineering's report. A motion accepted by it. I heard Abby, sorry.
Ellie.
That's all I think.
Okay.
All right. All right, so this is the School of Information Technologies report. So firstly, we have the industrial trip. So for those who know, we have our 2-day industrial trip in Penang, which we hosted about 20 students to visit in WD, and also brought them on like a cultural visit to various places and also eat various food. And the overall trip was conducted very well. We were able to exchange contacts and also have a look of the production line. And the next thing is Monash Coding League. So for the first time in all our Monash Coding League iterations, we were able to actually host this competition into all universities in Malaysia. So we have a few students coming from Sunway, UPM, Nottingham, and also even PSU from US. And we are able to hold our round trip physically with about 30 teams, and we also hosted the top 10 teams with medals and trophies. And currently, we are processing the cash prizes for our winners. And the top winner actually got 500 ringgit in cash prize. Next is Dishes Night. We're also happy to announce that our collaboration with SOE and SOP, we are able to successfully hold our Dishes Night for all the students involved in these schools. And I would say the most successful is our karaoke night. We're able to end off with quite a good note. And next is our Enders hack. Currently, we have already announced our round 3 teams. So currently, logistics are underway. And next is staff appreciation. This wasn't publicized to the students, but we are able to actually provide gift boxes to all our staff who have committed at least 2 years in our faculty. So once again, on behalf of Musa SYT, we would like to actually extend our appreciation and thanks to the staff who have contributed their efforts, handling complaints from students and also marking all the exams and also assignments and actually getting depression from it. Next is our Ignite Asia and our SYT partnership. So just recently, we are able, just like this afternoon, we actually have all the signatures put inside the MOU already. So currently, it's waiting for the legal team to actually approve it, and then we'll have a handover ceremony potentially somewhere in December. Next is a Python workshop. We are able to actually host it on Tuesday, where we hosted mostly October intake students in SYT and a few from science and also a few from SAS. And we were able to close out with about 68 participants, which is quite a good number, considering it's already sold back. And lastly, which was announced in the general group already, all office bearers are eligible for a free SYT t-shirt. And currently, we are in the midst of, we've already submitted our EMS proposal, so we are waiting for the approval from them, and then we can proceed with our liaising with vendors. So, any questions? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? No. All right. Motion number 16, acceptance of School of Information Technology representative report accepted by JQ.
Fine. Okay. Vice, are you here?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, let's make this quick.
Okay, so I'll be presenting the School of Medicine and Health Sciences representative report. There are two things that I'll be discussing today. First being the SMHS merchandise. The shirts have been printed and will be arriving soon, but we won't be carrying out our booth collection because of SWOT work and examinations. We've already sent out an email, and delivery of merchandise will be carried out right after exams. And after examinations, we will also continue with the sales. For Mom Med Gala, the ticket sales have ended and a total of 113 medical students will be joining the event. This will be the last event for SMHS for this year and also the last event for year 2 medical students before they leave to CSGB for the next 3 years. That's it. Motion 17, acceptance of School of Medicine and Health Sciences report by.
Okay, Min Health said advice. Thanks.
Right. Thank you.
No, 2 more. Okay.
School of Pharmacy's report. First event, we had the distress week and to give away for 3 days. Things given out were like facial masks, stress balls, snacks, and etc. For SWOT bag, we had med alchemy vouchers worth 5 ringgit each. And like what Minhao mentioned earlier, we also had a 3-school distress night, so I won't elaborate on that. Acceptance of School of Pharmacy's report accepted by Sue. Thank you.
Okay, last one. Oh my god.
Okay, hi
You guys can
everyone.
take your time.
So from us, firstly, we have October Career Talk in collaboration with our EMO. We had 2 events for this, evening with industry, and secondly, ours pathway to graduate studies, and it was a really good turnout rate. And pass it on to Megan.
Okay, so we had the SOB collaboration for Starry Night. It was a mingle painting and a karaoke session. Pokeballs were given for dinner for all participants. It was free. October orientation, we also had it, and it was a 1-hour mingle session for the new intake students. It had like 30 people attended, and it was at the sit lunch. Yes, that's all. Any questions?
No, okay.
No? Okay. Accepted by? I don't know.
Ina.
Who do you hear?
Ina, let's go.
Okay, let's go eat. Let's go.
Okay, guys, thank you. MSc is done. Okay, for any Musa 2023 members who left behind, this is not usually how long an MSc is. This is physical, first time. So thank you everyone for your cooperation. 8th MSc meeting adjourned at 5:18. Be back here at 5:25, 5:30 for the next event, appreciation night. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. In the meeting, you are free to leave. For 2022, we will see you if we see you.